It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, Washington, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. All right, looking at Jared Sullinger. Came into the league, and most thought he would just be a role player, but Kenny, he's shown that when he's healthy, he's on the floor, he can be a significant contributor on offense.
Well, you know, the role player word is a little misused because everyone has a role. Some guys score more, some guys rebound more, some guys assist more.
Some guys talk more.
And some guys talk more. And he's added a three-pointer to his game, so that gives him a bigger role, more impact. But you just got to be careful around this guy because you really can, if you're not defending him correctly, he can get 15 or 20 points pretty easily.
Ernie, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but this guy has a back advantage over all the players. He uses his backside very well. Defense, he makes them go where he wants them to go.
I've just been told you can't say that as we turn it over to Kevin Harlan.
Back advantage.
No, I was just...
Being on some shit.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Battling the Eastern Conference, this D.C. crowd hoping to watch their Wizards come out on top.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
And so off the tip, it's Boston. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Zeller is out there with David Lee, and it's Smart in at the point. Drills it from outside.
Marcus. Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from three-point range.
Marcus Smart was drafted to the Celtics as their future point guard. He came in with a lot of work to do and a skill set that people really like. But his first season, Clark, was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really was. He was an off guard in high school and in his first year of college as well. Really only played full-time at the point the year before he was drafted.
Here's Smart following the basket by John Wall. Nice shot by Smart.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
And Wall, here we go now. Kicks to Nene. Lee with the steal. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Bradley's got his first points of the game.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now here's Wall. Gortat. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete, but he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
Dudley dishes the Wall. Takes the 13 critical. And that one, no question, powered it down.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time. And the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Here's Beal following the bucket by the Celtics. 6 on the shot clock. And Wall slams it home.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Dudley. That's his first foul.
Talking about Gortat, he was a late second-round draft choice in 2005. His first 4 years in the league, highly underwhelming. Now, over the last 4 years, he's averaged around 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. Those are good numbers.
Now here's Smart. 5 points in the game.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Bradley against Wall. Passes it to Gortat. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And getting back to Marcin Gortat, his dad was a successful light heavyweight boxer in Poland, so clearly you see where the toughness comes from. And Marcin's mom was on the Polish national team in volleyball, so you know where the blocking and ball skills come from. I guess we'd have to call him a chip off the old blocks.
Here's Wall after the made shot from Evan Turner. Another miss by Gortat.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Now here's Smart after Gortat's miss. Smart with the ball, 11 feet away. Rebound by Nene. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted first overall, Beal third in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
Well, Clark getting back to Wall and Beal, they really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
And he can't hit the second. Last season, the Celtics had a solid 19-22 road record, Clark. Not the 500 mark most teams want, but a very good effort from a young team, and no one really expected that.
Yeah, and you think about this team that's still growing and has a lot of youth. I mean, that kind of road record, very impressive. Their fans should be feeling pretty good about what the future holds with this group.
Now, here's Wall. After the miss from Tyler Zeller. Nene, the screen. Outside, Wall. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And thinking back on the Celtics, on the road, their away record doesn't tell the whole story. They won their last 7 road games in that tremendous playoff push.
Now here's Zeller. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Bradley kicks to Lee. There's the pass to Smart. From the high post. Connects, the jumper drops.
Another away from home note for the Celtics. They were 7-1 in road games against the rest of their division. Their road play was the driving factor as to why they made the playoffs.
Here's Beal. Again, the miss by Wall. Celtics leading by 6. And there's the feed to Smart. All alone. The rebound by Gortat.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Beal's shot is good.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
For Boston, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Here's Smart. He has 7. Picked by Zeller. Smart passes to Zeller. Rebounded by the Wizards.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Wall against Bradley. Wall attacking. It's stolen by Bradley. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. Nice shot by Smart.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Well, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
Some changes for Boston. Crowder comes in for Evan Turner. And Thomas subbed in for Smart. Wizards trail by 6. And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
Now, here's Bradley. After Gortat miss, Thomas a screen on Wall. Picked by Zeller. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. And it's an 8-point Boston lead. Wizards have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Left side, Wall. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Now here's Bradley. Now Zeller. 5 to shoot. He feeds it to Lee. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Kept alive by Boston.
And in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Wall attacking. Second shot opportunity, and there's the nice layup by Gortat. Gortat's got 5 points so far.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Now here's Bradley. And here is Zeller. Pass to Crowder. Goes up on the wing. And it comes off the front of the rim. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Wall's shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Rejected by Wall. Wizards trail by 6. Nene with the screen on Thomas. And Wall. Here we go now. Nene. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round. Voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, and came into the league just a tremendously raw talent. Really developed faster than a lot of people expected. But what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
That's a very good point.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Chris Humphries has checked in for Gortat. Porter comes in for Jared Dudley. Gary Neal's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And both free throws good for Nene.
Yeah, you know, going back to Nene, in 14 years, he's been able to suit up for roughly 65% of the games. That's tough on the team's continuity on both ends of the floor. Injuries have been a part of that, though, and oftentimes those are beyond the player's control.
Wizards trail by 6. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I caught up with Coach Randy Whitman. He absolutely loves this matchup and thinks this is one of those games that is going to be an offensive display, saying we have a lot of talent on offense. And in a matchup like this, I think you could see several players putting up big numbers. How many is something we'll have to find out shortly, guys.
Okay, Doris, thanks. So they'll be focusing first and foremost on their offense today, guys.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm sure they're not going to ignore their duties at the defensive end, but getting their offense rolling has to be a main concern.
And I think that's exactly the focus. I mean, if they operate as efficiently as they're capable of, defense really won't be as much of an issue because they'll have so many points on the board.
And you know, guys, the thing with Nene, he helps you in so many ways when he's in there. He's hard to back down in the post. He eats up space, tough to get around on picks. He has the toughness that champions are made of.
Humphries with the bucket.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Sessions against Thomas. There's the pick. The 11-footer. Again, Thomas missing.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Porter in the corner. He dishes it to Nene. Wizards passing it around. Porter kicks to Neal. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Good. Humphries has got his second bucket of the game to go.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Sessions against Thomas. Again, Thomas missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Nene, the screen. Humphries dishes to Porter. Nene with the screen on Thomas. Thomas with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Thomas is running. Count the bucket. Thomas got 6.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Boston on top. They're up by 6. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who taught me my form, I followed through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition, too.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. We've got Urebko. Thomas is out there with Smart. Then it's Jared Sullinger. And it's Johnson in at the power forward. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Boston.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
All right, now.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
No good on that one.
And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Beal's checked in for Washington. Wall comes in for Sessions. The Celtics also with a sub. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Urebko. And he sinks the second. Wizards 46-36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed, Clark.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014, even though they won more games. Washington, though, was only 10-15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
Now here's Thomas. Kelly Oubre unable to get his last shot to go. Sellinger, no good. Wizards trail by 5. All with it now. Thomas defending. It's Beal on the wing. Clock at 4. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Smart. He's got 9. Back to Thomas from downtown. But they get it back. Johnson kicks to Thomas. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Johnson. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Boston making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. The Celtics shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
I'm watching Amir Johnson, Clark. He seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint. And he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
And Washington making a change here. Dudley's checked in. Sellinger, a screen on Beal. Johnson kicks to Turner. Now here's Bradley. From deep three-point range. No good. And Washington the other way now. Wall attacking. Goes back up. Oubre can't get it to go.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Oubre with the steal. And now Wall running the floor all by himself. Lays it in off the breakaway. Wall's got 8 points.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
A shot by Sellinger, wide open. And he gets it to go. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Outside, Wall. To the inside. It's stolen by Sellinger. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. Wall with some nice defense. Wizards trail by 5. The dish to Beal. Courts out with the screen for Beal. Off the pick. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Beal's got 6.
And that was Gortat. He usually scores, but that time set a nice screen.
Smart with the ball. He's got 9. Outside Bradley. To the left side wing. 5 to shoot. The 3. Washington with the rebound. Gortat's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Feeds it to Oubre. And the layup is good. Now just a 1-point Celtic lead. Boston shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girls!
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He told Lee that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now, here's Smart. He's got 9. On the wing, Turner. Screen by Lee. Takes a shot at the elbow. The shot by Turner, no good. Washington trailing. Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
And Bradley gets it to go.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Here is Gorton following the score by Avery Bradley. Beal the pass to Dudley. Rebounded by Smart.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Dishes it to Zeller. They set the pick, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
And that one falls for Zeller.
And for Zeller last season, his numbers were the same or better as a starter. His scoring picked up a touch. Still had a great field goal percentage, too. So really solid production in his first couple of years.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And I think the big thing for Zeller was that he found his role in the league. He knows he'll be an energy guy who has to make the most of his touches. And to his credit, he is nothing but a positive force on the floor.
And Turner kicks to Lee. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. Wizards trail by 6. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Now here's Wall. Not a lot of room.
And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
On for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise.
On and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Porter comes in for Oubre. And Gary Neal subbed in for Bradley Beal. Jay Crowder's checked in for the Celtics. Good on the second free throw. Boston leading by 5. Here's Smart. 9 points in the game so far. He kicks it to Lee. Rebounded by Dudley.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Now here's Lee to the wing on the left. Now here's Smart, covered by Wall. Zeller, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Wall. He's got 11. Misses the step-back jump shot. Now here's Smart, covered by Wall. Now Crowder, back to Lee. And he banks in the layup. Now it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And Wall kicks to Dudley. Lee with the block. And they're moving it up. Shot by Crowder, no good. The Wizards shooting the ball at 42%. Wall dishes to Dudley. The Wizards working the ball around now, and stolen by Zeller. Now here's Smart, covered by Wall. Smart kicks to Zeller. Pass to Bradley. Shot clock at 6. Zeller setting the pick for Bradley. Pulls it up. Rebound, Washington. Nene's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Porter, and he uses the glass on the layup. Celtics leading by 5. Here's Lee. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. One thing about David Lee, he's a proven scorer and rebounder. Clark, health, though, has been a concern.
It has been very durable early in his career, Kevin, but of late we've seen hamstring issues, back issues, and torn hip flexors, and that's taken a toll on him for sure.
And guys, for David Lee, when healthy, he can absolutely fill it up. I mean, he's a terrific offensive player, can score over both shoulders, a really solid passer, and of course, a volume rebounder.
Washington making some changes. Humphries comes in for Jared Dudley. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. The Celtics also changing it up. Olenek, he's checked in for Zeller. Jerebko comes in for Bradley. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Marcus Smart. And both free throws good for Lee.
And David Lee reworking to improve his mid-range jumper going into last season. When he's hitting that shot, guys, he's almost impossible to defend.
Here's Neal. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Sessions, no good. The Celtics with the lead. Outside Thomas. Kicks it to Olenek. 14 feet away. Washington with the rebound. Here's Neal. Here's Nene. Lets it go from 11. Good as the jump shot falls.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And here is Thomas. He has 6. Just 5 on the clock. In the corner, Crowder with it. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Crowder's got his first 2 points.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now, here's Nene. Here's Humphries. No good. Good D by Lee.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Crowder, the pass to Lee. Here's your Repco. Some solid defense there by Nene. Wizards trail by 7. Now here's Sessions. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Thomas. There's the triple. Sessions with the rebound.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
They get it back. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Humphries.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now, here's Thomas. Olynyk. And the 3-ball is good. Olynyk's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, they've been leaning on that outside shot a little too much here in the second.
And Clark, it's starting to let him down. They've mostly been off target.
Here's Neal, defended by Crowder. Step back shot. And the first half is now in the books. Celtics lead by 6. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, David, obviously a very strong first half. What's been the philosophy of this team and how you mentally set your focus as a group to come out and play your best basketball?
We just need to keep being consistent. We're a team that's going to stay humble. That's not an issue with us. We're trying to play defense, rebound the basketball, and then just share the ball on offensive way as a team.
David, it's been a complete change in culture. Thank you for your time. Over to you guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Out in front at the half is Boston. They have the 6-point lead. Kenny?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice shots. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Take a look at what John Wall's done. He's got 11 points and 1 rejection in this game, too.
Was it a good one? Really, one of their highlights of the game defensively.
The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Nene and Gordzat team up in the paint. And it's Dudley in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here is Gordzat. Following the basket by Tyler Zeller. Gordzat dishes the Wall. Back to Gordzat. Lee with the steal. Smart with the ball. Now Beal defending. Pick by Zeller. Zeller, a screen on Wall. And Turner kicks to Zeller. The pass to Smart. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And it's a 10-point Celtic lead.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were a close game.
Now here's Nene. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
To back up your point about the Celtics being in close games, I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths, shooting in the low 60s last season.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
And both free throws good for Nene. Well, last season, the Wizards fell off just a bit in the second half of the year. Still, Greg, very competitive at home.
Yeah, and their strong play at home helped them weather that storm, Kevin. I mean, they ended up going 29-12 here at the Verizon Center. You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play, defended the shot, and then finished it off with the rebound.
Nice ball movement by Washington. And he gets it to go. 7 points for Marcin Gortat.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And, you know, that 29 wins mark at home for the Wizards, third best in the East. That team really liked shooting the ball here as they were a top 5 three-point percentage team in this building.
Now here's Beal. He's got 6, and that is good.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Here's Smart. It's Bradley on the wing. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
And really the driving factor for why Washington was so good at home was their defense. I mean, they would finish with the best field goal percentage against in the entire league in their home building. You don't think of the Wizards as a lockdown team, but in the Verizon Center, that's exactly what they were.
Sullinger's checked in for Lee. It's Wall with the drive. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Wall's got 13 points.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
6 to shoot. Here's Turner. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. He's got 6.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
All with it. 13 points in the game. Out to the right wing. The 3 from Dudley. No luck. Now Boston takes it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Bradley with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. And Turner kicks to Smart. Picked by Zeller. Bradley against Beal. Jumper off the screen. Offensive rebound Celtics. Outside Bradley. Pass to Zeller. Sullinger right side. Inside. Rebounded by Dudley. Dudley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Beal, and he jams it with authority.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst, and I think it allowed them to put that run together.
And the Celtics with possession here after the basket by Washington. The shot by Turner no good. And the Wizards with possession. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Gortat against Bradley. Gortat misses.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Nice shot by Smart.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Beal. He's got 10. Outside, Wall. Looking for Gortat. He gets it there. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. 9 points for Marcin Gortat. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Oubre's checked in for Nene. Boston also with the sub. Johnson, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Boston leading by 3.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete. But his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
Thomas checked in for Boston.
Isaiah Thomas.
Sullinger outside from the arc. Gortat with the defensive effort.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Now here's Bradley. After Gortat's miss, Bradley. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Boston again missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Washington. And a change for the Celtics. Crowder's checked in. Here's Thomas. He's got 6. Now Crowder. The feed to Thomas. Takes a 3. Rebound, Washington. Gortat's got his 6th rebound on the night. Wall against Thomas. And Turner with the block.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
Here's Gortat. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Gortat's got 11 points.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Now here's Thomas. 6 to shoot. From the wing. That is good. He's got 8.
Isaiah Thomas.
Wizards trail by 5. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
Here's Thomas after Marcin Gortat's bucket. A floater. Wall grabs the board. Wall's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And it's Beal in the corner. Rebound, Boston. They've led by as much as 10.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Yeah, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Here's Thomas following the bucket by the Wizards. Boston again missing.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
Crowder with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. And the shot is good. Crowder's got 4 points now in the quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And watching Jay Crowder, he can really beast you up, Greg, and take you out of your game. One of the most physical wings, I think, in the NBA.
And not the most flexible athlete, but he makes up for that with that strength that you mentioned. It allows him to control the pace. I mean, he's a bumper and a grinder and hitting a big three out of nowhere. So he's what we call a true gamer.
For the Wizards, Porter's checked in for Oubre. Gary Neal comes in for Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. The Celtics also changing it up. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Lee comes in for Amir Johnson. And Jerebko is subbed in for Evan Turner.
Looking at Jay Crowder, he got traded from Dallas to Boston in the Rondo deal last season. Nobody expected all that much from him. All he did was go out and become one of the most valuable players on that team.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And Greg, I've got to admit to you, I did not think they were going to get all the way back. I thought they were done. But they've shown some serious resilience and character to battle this far back.
Just 5 to shoot. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Picked by Humphries. Thomas against Sessions. He feeds it to Gortat. Pass to Sessions. Gortat with a screen on Lee. For the lead. Offensive rebound.
Not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
Here's Jerebko. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Outside Thomas. 14 feet away. Another shot. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Wizards making a switch here. Nene is checked in.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
Now here's Sessions. He dishes it to Porter. Fires from deep. Rebound by Olynyk. 3.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
No good from Lee.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 11. Goes back up. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Celtics have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
David Lee. Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for David Lee. And both free throws good for Lee. Here's Neal, defended by Crowder. It's Porter outside. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Celtics out in front. They lead by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. Boston leading by 3, and a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. Smart and Bradley the guards. David Lee is out there with Yarebko, and it's Zeller in at the 5 spot.
And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. Hasn't always worked out, but for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
And Brad Stevens now in his 3rd year coaching the Celtics. Greg, I know you admire him from afar. Good fit for the franchise. Good fit, Clark, for a young team.
Agree with you completely on all of that. He stresses team unity and selflessness and sets the example and tone with his demeanor.
And he makes the first.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And so Zeller nails both of them.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never give up attitude.
Now here's Sessions. Porter in the corner. 4 on the clock. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. Sessions has got 3 assists now in this one. Boston leading by 3. And for the Celtics, 28 of their 40 wins on the season came against the East. Not impressive, but it got the job done in a conference which could be had at times, obviously.
That's true, but what should be noted, Kevin, about the Celtics against the East is just how well they played against the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
Right.
I mean, against the East top 8, they shot a lot better and executed a lot better as well. So you can see them stepping up their game against the competition.
Now here's Beal, following the miss by Avery Bradley. Nene, the screen. Beal, the pass to Sessions. To tie it up. The shot no good. And the Celtics going the other way now. They've led by as much as 10. Bradley dishes to Smart. Back to Bradley. Washington with the rebound. Porter's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Now here's Porter. Dudley with a screen for Sessions. Puts one up from 19. No luck. Bradley with some nice D. Celtics leading by 3. Jerebko kicks to Smart. Lee against Nene. Lee passes to Bradley. There's the dish to Zeller. Knocks it loose. Taken away by Nene. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And that one's good. Sessions.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
I did not think they had enough clock to get all the way back, but here they are. And now they've got to feel like they're in control of this thing.
Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Here's Beal. Nene at the elbow. To take the lead. They now take the lead.
And really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Washington making some changes. Gortat's checked in for Otto Porter Jr., and it's John Wall in for Sessions. Then for the Celtics, Johnson comes in for Lee, and it's Turner in for Jerebko. Free throw no good for Nene, and that one's good by Gortat.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Now here's Smart, guarded closely. And here is Zeller. Feeds to Smart. And he gets it to go.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Beal from long range. And Boston with the rebound. Zeller's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Smart kicks to Turner. Here's the teardrop. Beal pulls it in. Beal's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Dudley, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team you like playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
That one is no good.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
Now here's Turner. Dishes to Zeller. Stolen by Dudley. Outside, Wall. There's the pick. He kicks to Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Kept alive by Washington. Nene dishes to Gortat. And it's good. Gortat's got 12 points here in the second half.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now here's Johnson. Good chance here for Turner. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. 8 points for Evan Turner.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college?
the junkyard dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. Two attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
Bradley kicks to Smart. Here's Turner. Rebounded by the Wizards.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And Beal kicks to Nene. There's a screen by Gortat. Here's Beal. The second chance effort, and it's finished off inside by Gortat. Gortat's got 6 in the quarter.
Tell you what, you look at this run they're on, and you've got to give a lot of credit to their effort on the glass.
And that just goes to show what can happen if you're not putting bodies on bodies when the shot goes up.
Last season, at both sides of the coin for the Wizards, started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
And thank you, Doris. Now here's Smart. On the wing, Turner. He's guarded by Dudley. Dudley against Turner. Passes it to Zeller. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Tyler Zeller.
And here are the Wizards now. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Wall. Kicks it to Beal. From the arc. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one. Celtics trail by 6. Now here's Smart, and it's Zeller atop the key. Now the pass to Turner. Puts it up from 17, and he hits the jump shot.
Evan Turner.
Wizards leading by 4. Outside, Wall. Got a piece of it. Turner passes to Smart. Zeller dishes to Turner. Left side, Bradley. All alone. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Now just a 2-point Washington lead.
And Evan Turner is one of those guys, he just gives you a little bit of everything. I mean, he can play multiple positions, handles the ball, he can pass it, shoot it. Kind of a Swiss Army jackknife who uses multiple tools to his advantage.
David Lee checked in for Boston. Thomas comes in for Smart.
Isaiah Thomas.
Wizards have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Greg, for Evan Turner, the one area where he can still develop in a big way is with the jump shot. Clark, 28% from 3 last season. That really is not going to make it.
Yeah, that's been the one stain on his game, the lack of that deep shooting ability, but everything else he can do. He can handle, he passes, he rebounds, but to be an elite player, he's got to be able to knock down that three ball better.
And here's Bradley after the three-pointer from Bradley Beal. And it's Bradley off the drive. Lee. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene.
Celtics ball.
Lee kicks to Bradley. The Celtics working the ball around now. Clock is at 3. Here's Turner. Rebounded by Dudley. Washington leading now by 5. It's Beal on the wing. Outside, Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. To the left side wing. The 3 from Dudley. But they'll get another chance. And Gortat kicks to Beal. Nene at the elbow. Outside, Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. There's Beal with the 3. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young two-guard, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also tremendous upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the one year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent point. And he nails the 3rd. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. A quick, powerful athlete. Greg, high basketball IQ. Had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker. Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Thomas passes to Bradley. Lee, a screen on Beal, and it's Bradley off the drive. That's good. Bradley's got 4 this quarter.
And, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
Now here's Beal. Outside, Wall. Pass to Beal. Gortat with a screen on Bradley. Wall, that's a 2-pointer. And Gortat kicks to Wall. There's the feed to Beal. Back to Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Wall dishes to Gortat. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Gortat's got the lead up to 10 now for the Wizards.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Thomas's shot is off.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Beal can't get it to go.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive.
Thomas, no good.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Here's Beal. He with the block.
Well, he surprised me with that move, but he just couldn't capitalize.
That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Bradley. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the fourth. Wall against Thomas. Wall with it. Pass to Gortat from 10 feet out, and he overshot that one, missing. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Bradley's got the ball.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
51 seconds left in the game. And Beal kicks to Wall. Inside. He with the block. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
We've seen Nene playing a good game here. He's got 12 rebounds, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
And he can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Thomas down low, covered by Wall. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
At the line for the Wizards, Isaiah Thomas. At the line for 2.
Gets the first, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Look at Isaiah Thomas, and he's been getting it done. He's got 14 points and 3 dimes. Boy, he's been a big contributor in this one.
And it isn't something that they get from him every game, but I tell you what, they got to be loving it today.
And both free throws good for Thomas. Now Wall. Wall draws the double. Here's Nene, and good, coming off the assist by Wall. And the Wizards lead by 8.
Even double team, he had the vision to see the open man.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Back to Thomas. Shoots the three. And it's Humphries with the rebound. And here's Sessions. And so it's the Wizards with the W. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with John Wallen. Congratulations, John, on the win. What's the key to a performance such as this?
Well, man, we do a good job of helping. We know it's not one-on-one matchups. We do a good job of helping, and that's our job, is to come out here and play. And the way we play here, man, is to we got to find a way to play on the road.
Solid team basketball, John. Thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Marcin Gortat. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted. And, Kenny, you had some words earlier while the game was going on. What do you think?
He definitely put in the work down low. Used his size and his footwork. Got some big-time buckets, high-percentage looks. I think he really fueled their offense with that inside presence throughout the game.
Man, I absolutely love what Gortat can do. The Polish Hammer can take over the game. The way he plays the 5 spot, man, boy, this guy has a lot of tools, and we saw it from Mr. Gortat tonight.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.